One last thing about Rush Limbaugh is today, as he was running for his life from the hurricane, he said didn't exist. Come to find out, it did exist, and it's would have knocked his house, potentially his house down, and endangered his life, and he ran out of there. He was talking about it on the show, and he said that he was reading the paths of the hurricane, and he was certain that it would curve into the Atlantic, but that the official meteorologists got there what they wanted anyway, which was to create fear and panic over a climate change that isn't real. Now think about how monumentally stupid that is. The hurricane is a Category 5 and it's real, whether it's in the middle of the ocean or it hits land. It's real either way. Yeah. But he is so stupid that he thinks, well, if it curves a little bit and misses my mansion on Palm Beach, it must not exist. So are those pictures and the videos of it devastating the Caribbean made up? Did it not actually damage 95% of the buildings in Barbuda? Did hundreds of thousands of people not get evacuated? Why is the governor, Rick Scott, a deeply conservative guy who has banned the words climate change and global warming from Florida, ordered a state of emergency and told hundreds of thousands of people to evacuate in Florida, including you? So it's just, to me, I know that he's a liar and I know he does propaganda, but that whole misunderstanding that if it doesn't hit me, then it must not be real is just conservative 101. I am the only person in the world. I'm the only thing that matters. Screw everyone else. I don't believe in community. I don't believe in us working together. Hence, I don't believe in the government. I don't believe in anything that doesn't involve me. So if there's a giant Category 5 hurricane right there, but it didn't hit me, well, I told you, climate change is not real.
Yes. Classic conservatives. Empathy doesn't extend past the walls of his own mansion.
And I think the strategic play from Rush and also a lot of conservative standpoint is to suggest that the pictures and the descriptions are amplified in some way to, again, to forward an agenda. There just isn't an agenda among these weather forecasters that are putting these various computer models into some sense and giving us these 12-hour updates. It just doesn't, it doesn't track. So the idea somehow that these guys who are scientists who've dedicated themselves to this kind of forecasting would somehow give up that science or even compromise on it to forward a political agenda, it's absurd. And it's absurd too because you could never get all those scientists to walk in lockstep anyway on a lie. Yeah. So it just doesn't track. I don't get it.
Yeah, and I know why they do it, because since Rush Limbaugh is paid to lie to his audience by the right-wing think tanks who fund him, he thinks, well, everybody gets paid to lie, don't they? So if you're a meteorologist, you must be getting paid to lie by someone like I am. So there's a conspiracy over here and that's how I'm funded, so I assume you're funded by a conspiracy. Yeah. So, and let us just dispel it for a second. Mark, you're a meteorologist and you worked in this field for decades. Did anyone ever come to you and say, Mark, by the way, climate change is not real, but we're going to go ahead and lie to everybody. Go ahead and tell them forecasts that aren't true.
No, of course not. Of course not. And in fact, you cut your teeth on the accuracy of what you say. So these guys, even if they were playing the long con, you know what I mean? They still have to get these forecasts right. And that really is, that's all they've got. I mean, and these are the key moments. You know, these guys who are in the National Hurricane Center, they dedicate their lives to these kinds of forecasts. This is where the rubber meets the road for them. You know, you've got this unprecedented active tropical season. They want to deliver the very best forecast, and they have. Everything up to this point has been so very accurate.
Just think about how crazy that is for you to say, all right, there's all the world scientists and all the meteorologists, and they've all been proven right. Or I can listen to Rush Limbaugh, who's running for his life right now. Okay, well, if you make that wrong decision, I'm not sure anybody can help you. If you like this video, you probably like independent media. The best way to support independent media, become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.